changed at the same rate. So we had to wonder what was going on. So let's look at the life cycle of a frog. Change slide. When we received our tadpoles, they were already tadpoles with external gills. They all started out as eggs, and they all came from the same lot. So at least we knew that all our tadpoles were. Then as we divided them out into different environments, we had one environment which was a small encased aquarium. Looks like this. Encased aquarium that looks like this. We're going to change slide. And then we had a 10-gallon tank that was being used with tadpoles. These tanks had a different number of tadpoles that were placed into them. Now this tank had received 2 tadpoles that were living in it. Next slide. This tank had over 20 tadpoles that were living in it. And this tank had 12 tadpoles that were living in it. Change slide. These tadpoles groups had received different types of food. In tank 1, which was the large 10-gallon, the large tank, it had a small amount of powder type received. Tank 2 had received flakes that they were eating, and tank 3, which was the tank similar to this, that they were feeding. And each of the tadpoles had been. Now, those that were receiving flakes were fed once a day. Those that were receiving granules were fed once a day. And those that were receiving powder were fed every other day. Now, on this feeding schedule, we wondered, were they going to grow faster? Were they going to had the tadpoles out in each of the environments for 45 days. They've been out in the environment for 45 days, but the tadpoles themselves are over how many days? 60 days into months. That's 2 months. What tadpoles look like when we received them. They were all the same little size. So then we started to make predictions about what would happen. What tank do you think the tadpoles grew the biggest, and why? What type of food do you think helped the tadpoles grow faster, and why? Tadpoles grow or slow the growth of the tadpoles, and why? Now, if you had already looked at the slide where each of the tadpoles had different rates of growth, so when it came to the tanks, change slide. On a smaller tank, we have our blue tank, and our tadpoles are about the same size as they had been when we first food every other day. 15 tadpoles living in this environment. The tadpoles that were living in the 10-gallon tank, there were 2 of them, and Miss Baker's class they're from Miss Baker's class. This is Kearney and Miss Piggy. They have grown into a larger size starting to develop, but they are still a larger size tadpole and have not metamorphosed into the tank, which happens to be an old pretzel container, we actually had a change of metamorphosis happen. These frogs were today with the granular. We have several frogs that have already developed. We have some frogs that are out visiting some of the classrooms right now, but we also have two frogs that are living here in the environment. And then there's about 6 of them, large tadpoles with their developing legs and almost their developing here are our little frogs, and these are leopard frogs. And we're going to make sure, we had to make sure that their environment was correct. So we had to take the water level down, and we also had to make sure they had a way to get out. So on the tadpoles that are still developing, their environment's going to need to change in order for them to continue to develop. So as they continue to grow, the numbers of how many are in the environment. So if you made some of those predictions of how boys and girls, this puts an end to our primary lesson in the orbiter as we went this afternoon. We're going to secure them back into the storage and make sure that they're okay. And we are going to switch over and get ready to do our orbiter tour. Hi, I'm PLC, and welcome aboard STS-16. Okay, I'm going to introduce you to the galley. The galley stores all our food and resources that we need for the mission, such as chips, ginger ale, dried food, buns, and etc. I'll hand this over. Over here is where the astronaut sleeps. This is the top deck, middle deck, and So, and yeah, and this over here is our experience. But, yeah. Okay. I'm Lena, and I'm MS2, and what I do for my job is I sort of like me and Fido, we do Lego projects and attitude timelines and experiments. So we're sort of partners, so we communicate well, and yeah. This over here is our stowage, like this is CDR's gear stowage, personal stowage, and yes, this gear stowage for PLC, and etc. And over here, let's see what we got here. So cool! We have a pleasant surprise here. I wonder who this could be for. Let's see. In appreciation for your 8 years of dedicated service to Russell Space Program STS-9 through STS-16, we have really, really, really appreciated everything you've done for the Space Team program. Another surprise for you, but we'll show you until the orbiter lands. Return. After the AC, we'll be doing LIHO canisters. This low sensor, low changes. Okay, and then you get the filters out of storage. I get the filters out of storage. Pull one out. And then what do you do with that? What do you do? Tell them what you do. Well, don't undo it right now, but you can say change it over, and then replace it. Good job. Now we are heading towards the flight deck. CDR is the leader of the astronaut crew. The CDR also flies the orbiter during the approach and landing. PLT helps with the commander with descent and landing the orbiter. I am Ms. One, and I entered the into the orbited 5 GPCs. GPCs are general purpose computers. I monitor the different systems on the orbiter from space. to them because they are gas masses. My other question being asked is it hot in here? It is really, really hot in here. Luckily we have an AC to cool us down, and sometimes we have to turn it off because it interferes with communication. Another question is, how much stem did you use? Technology, engineering, and math. Question asked Smyrna is how is it like to be on Space Team? In Space Team, it feels motivating because it helps you succeed, and I've learned a lot as a person and an individual since I've been on this team, so it's been great. Being on Space Team for me, when I'm on Space Team, I feel like a different person. I feel like I changed the way I act, and I just feel like I can become more responsible and be a role model to students. We register on Eastern time, and also there's 12 hours of daylight and there's 12 hours of night. Another question was from Joseph. Can you bring your any place orbit around the from the interest has been questions and answers and a video tour. We look forward to seeing you at the press conference as we land the shuttle safely in less than 3 hours. Take care, everyone. Bye.